in school, sometimes things can get crazy, especially when a group of kids that don't like each other decide to settle things with their hands rather than their words. And today's story time is about an event like that happened in my elementary school. So we're going to take this all the way back to when I was in 5th grade. One day, me and David basically just talking or whatever. And my boy Henry pulls up and he was like, yo, something serious about to go down today. I'm like, what's up? He was like, the spelling bee? And I was like, yeah. Because the school would basically have a spelling bee every year. So I was like, yeah, I know about the spelling bee. Like, why? And he was like, oh, well, I'm actually going to participate in it. And me and David kind of just looked at each other and then we started laughing. And we was like, looking at him like he being a nerd, But, it was just jokes. We weren't actually making fun of him for, participating in the spelling bee. It was just jokes. So we were like, you being a nerd. He was like, all right. But no, that's not what's making it real big today. I was like, all right, then what is? And he was like, some kids from the rival school is gonna pull up. Now, this school, when he says rival school, there are some schools where it's like they compete against each other and everything. So their sports teams go against ours, and they're like rival teams. The school is just a rival school. So we were like, all right. But nobody in the school really had beef with each other like that. That wasn't until what I'm about to tell you now. So fast forward to the spelling bee, right? And the spelling bee is going normal. The rival school, they're kind of throwing shots. We're throwing shots. But so far, everything's harmless, right? So my boy Henry, he gets on there and they tell him spell a couple of words. And he's spelling them, he's doing good. They basically give you 5 words. And he got 4 of them right, but the last one he got wrong. And the whole rival team laughed at him. And basically the guy who was supposed to compete with him and basically spell out a different set of words. When Henry was walking off the stage, he was gonna walk onto it, so they have to pass by each other. So as they get closer to each other, all you see is just the guy bump Henry's shoulder, intentionally, and starts to walk. So as he's walking, Henry turns around and throws the meanest right hook I've ever seen in my life. This man throws a right hook, instantly knocks him to the floor. He hit him in the back of his head, and then he just fell. And the whole school knew, it was about to go down. Me and my boys start getting up. The rival school, they start getting up to go help him out and rush Harry. And before you know it, half of the auditorium is fighting, half of the auditorium is trying to break it up. All the kids that was 5th and 4th grade were all fighting each other. While the adults and the little kids, they were all trying to break it up. They're yo, calm down. So fight probably goes on for probably 5 minutes before security comes in. Breaks up the main couple people. I was one of them people because the second that I seen the guy fall, somebody rushed Henry, and then I basically ran up and tackled him, and then some big dude just started choking me actually he just put me in a headlock and then just started choking me. The whole time I was kind of beating on his friend but also trying to get him off of me. So yeah, he pulled me. We all went to the office. Dude, I didn't really get anything, just for the simple fact that they didn't really see me because I said, I was one of the first people to get up and get into the crowd, so they didn't really see me punch anybody. All they really seen was when they pulled that one guy off of me. So they were basically taking me to the office as if I was a victim. I'm I was really out here putting work. So they basically asked me what happened. I don't tell them anything. Henry doesn't tell. Nobody tells the office anything. So the office, they're confused. They're all right, well, we're just gonna suspend this kid, which was the kid that basically bumped Henry. But they also suspended Henry because Henry threw that punch that started the fight. So after that, Henry's parents, they come pick him up after school. Everyone basically is talking about it. And me and my boy Dave, we go to visit Henry's house. So we go to his house, and his dad was basically there, and his dad basically was look, Henry's not in trouble. We know that he did get into a fight. He didn't have to punch him, but we understand why. So he's not in trouble. You guys can go see him if you want to. Because that's the whole point why we were there. We were going to see if Henry got in trouble for it or not. So once we found out they didn't, we went up to his room. He was yo, what's up? And Henry had a little bruise on his cheek because somebody right hooked him meanly. But besides that, he was good. And me, I probably had little stress marks on my neck from that guy holding me in that chokehold for so long, but I was still good too. So all of us start talking about how we're gonna get back at these kids, because even though they started it, we were kind of petty and was nah, we feel we lost, even though we didn't. It really To be honest, it was just a bunch of kids just throwing mean punches at each other, like just wildly throwing punches. And if they hit somebody, they'd be like, "Yeah, we beat you up." Like, so we started making up a plan. We're like, "Yo, how are we gonna get back at these kids?" And just as we're saying that, like Henry's brother runs up into the room and he's like, "Yo, that kid from earlier, he outside." So Henry, he jumps up, ready for the second round. So he like starts walking down the steps. Me and David follow him, and all of us get to like Henry's front porch, and we can see across the street is like that one kid and like 3 other kids, and they're basically like, "Yo, you know what, since y'all think y'all so tough and everything, how about we fight right here, right now?" All right, let me tell you something about him. So Henry's mom and dad both are like heavy religious people. Like they're like Christians all the way. So because of that, they don't really believe in fighting and stuff. And they already let Henry go for that one fight that was in the school. So they wouldn't let him go if he just steps out there knowing that it'd be a fight. So his dad kind of tells him like, "Get back in the house, blah, blah." Henry's brother is shouting at him. The dad like tells him to go get in the house. It tells the kids to go away. So they go away, and about probably like 2 hours later, basically like David was like, "Yo, I'm thirsty." So we were like, "All right, we can get something." So me, Henry, and Dave, we all like go to the store. And mind you, this was an hour later. So we were thinking that like they just went back to the neighborhood and like that was over. But no, we go to the store and we see the kid who like bumped into David, and we see like a gang of them. Like it had to be like 20, 30 of them. And they're just sitting there across the street from the store, leaning against the wall, almost as if they were waiting for us. And me and Henry see this, and Dave, he already walked into the store. So he comes out with the blue pop, and it's just like, he like unscrews the lid, and he takes a sip of it, and then like he's like, "Yo, what y'all looking at?" And we point. And this gang of kids just starts to